the line, Jose in the chat. Thank you so much. Nazwa for joining in the live. Thank you so much. Hi Manon, how are you? Welcome to the live, Manon. Hello, Bunch. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is, please everyone like the live, tap on the screen. Hello, Anita. How are you? Here is Kushi in the chat. Hello, Kushi. How are you? Welcome to the live. Next name is Yash in the chat. Hello, Yash. Drop your name. Happy birthday to you. Drop your name. And I see Barry in the chat. Hello, Barry. How are you? And Goku Black. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Have a great, lovely day. And next name is Zalora. How are you? Thank you, Zalora. And next name is Caesar with her. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Have a great, lovely day. And I see. Hello, Nida. How are you? Welcome to the live. And next name is happy birthday to James. Happy birthday, James. Happy birthday to you. And next, who joined the live is next name is. And I see here we have BTS in the chat. Thank you so much. And next name is Jane in the chat. Hello, how are you? And next name is Ovid in the chat. Hello. Thank you so much. And here is Trey Kids in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Have a great day. And here is Yuka. How are you? Welcome to the live. And I see next name is Coco Mama in the chat. Hello, Coco Mama. How are you? Next name is Davis in the chat. Hello, Davis. And here is Icy in the chat. And next name is Kevin in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is, we have Siddharth in the chat. Hello, how are you? Tap on the screen, like the live, everyone. Hello, Ilnas. Thank you. And next name is Jungkook in the chat. Hello, how are you? And next name is Blackpink in the chat. Hello. And Flies in the chat. Clint. Thank you so much. Next name is Jimin in the chat. Hello, Jimin. How are you? And I see Liani in the chat. Thank you so much. Have a great, lovely day. And next name is Awesome in the chat. Hello, Awesome. And I for joining in the live. Have a great day. And next will join the live is next name is Donna in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is RM in the chat. Thank you so much for joining the live. Next name is Welcom in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Hello Abira. How are you? And next who joined the live is Sweetie in the chat. Hello Sweetie, how are you? Thank you for joining in the live. Next I see Zaria Khan in the chat. Hello Zaria Khan. And next name is Aliza in the chat. Hello Aliza, how are you? And Anil in the chat. Thank you so much. Gourmand, hello, how are you? And next name is Jeho in the chat. And next name is Akram in the chat. Hello, welcome to the live. Thank you so much. And I see Amber in the chat. Hello Amber, how are you? And next name is Welly in the chat. Hello, how are you? And I see Jan in the chat. Thank you Jan for joining in the live. Have a great day. Next I see here is Anthony in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is Ibrahim in the chat. Hello Ibrahim, how are you? Thank you so much. And here is Sukriti in the chat. Hello, how are you? And next name is Mariam. Thank you for subscribing. Have a great day. Petlin in the chat. Hello, how are you? And I see Ingrid in the chat. Hello, welcome to the live. And next name is Hello Malik, how are you? Thank you so much for joining the live. Next I in the chat. Hello, Angel. How are you? And here is Milk in the chat. And next name is BTS fan is here. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name, Gurman. Okay, Gurman, you can take the screenshot. Thank you so much. Okay, take the screenshot. Okay, next name, who's there in the chat? And I see here is Mystery in the chat. Hello, how are you? Kirana in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Ekana, how are you? Thank you so much. And who's here in the chat? Is Trippy, I think so. And next name is Bahil in the chat. Hello, how are you? Next I see Shivam in the chat. Hello Shivam, how are you? And I see Esan in the chat. Thank you Esan. Have a great slowly day. And I see Faye in the chat. Next name. Leah in the chat. Hello Leah. And I see Hania in the chat. Hello Hania. How are you? And here is next name is Tihu in the chat. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone. Thank you. And next name is Riti in the chat. Tap on the screen, everyone. Like the live. And here is Priya Solo in the chat. Thank you so much. And I see Hadia in the chat. Hello Hadia. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And here is Sajjad in the chat. Thank you so much. And next name is Joku in the chat. Hello, how are you? And I see Anaya. Thank you Anaya for joining in. Atiana, I wrote your name. Okay, once again. Thanks you for joining in. And here is Pia in the chat. Hello, how are you, Pia? And here is Saharij in the chat. Thank you so much. And here is Kim Theong in the chat. Next name is who's here in the chat. And here's Kantik in the chat. Hello, how are you? And Adil with her, thank you so much for joining in the live. And here is Arwen in the chat. Next name is Sophia. Hello, how are you? And here is Lipa in the chat. And here next name is Alifa in the chat. Thank you for joining in the live. And okay, here is Kashif in the chat. Next name is Lardo in the chat. Who's here? Next name is Hello Raja. How are you? Thank you so much. Next name is Christine. Thank you, Christine with her. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And I see here is Krishna Gupta in the chat. Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a good day. And next name is Aryan in the chat. Hello, Aryan. And here is Harley in the chat. Hello, Harley. How are you? And I see Hafsa in the chat. Hello, Hafsa. How are you? Amority, thank you for joining the live. And here is Osir. And here is Arohi in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is I see Sam in the chat. Hello, Sam. And next name is Arthur in the chat. Arthur, thank you so much. And next I see Sarah and Asya in the chat. How are you? And here we have Iran in the chat. Next name is Razia in the chat. Thank you, Razia, for joining in the live. Have a great, lovely day. And Yana in the chat. Thank you, love. And here is Lanya in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining in the live. Hello, Seema. How are you, Seema? And here I see Dhansia in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And here is Hiba in the chat. Hello, Hiba. How are you? And next name is Abha in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And here is Sahana and Riha in the chat. Next who joined the live is, and here is Delta in the chat. Thank you, Delta. And I see Abnur in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is Tamanna in the chat. Thank you, Tamanna. And next who joined the live is Dilnora. How are you? And here is Kali in the chat. Hello, Kali. How are you? Vidika. Hello, Vidika. How are you? And next name is Hania joined the live. Hello, Hania. Thank you, Hania, for joining in. Thank you. Vedika name is Shazia joined the live. Hello, Shazia. How are you? And Hania name is Adenu Shavis in the chat. Hello, Shavis. How are you? Thank you so much. And I see Awa in the chat. Thank you. Next name is Lily. How are you? Thank you so much. Arjun. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Have a great, lovely day. And here next name is Hala in the chat. Hello, Hala. How are you? And I see Olya in the chat. Hello, Olya. Thank you so much. Sunny Lu in the chat. Next name is Zara. How are you, Zara? Thank you, Zara. And here next name is Aris in the chat. Thank you, Aris. And here is Tia in the chat. Hello, Tia. How are you? Thank you so much. And next, we'll join the live is. And I see Shobya in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And here is Mishti in the chat. Hello Mishti, how are you? Thank you, Anya. Have a great day. And here is Leo in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is hello. Next name, next name, next name. Who's there in the chat? Arfan in the chat. Hello, Arfan. How are you? Next, who joined the live is Kiki joined the live. Hello, Kiki. How are you? And here is Monthor in the chat. Hello, Monthor. Thank you so much. And next name is Harim in the chat. Hello, Harim. How are you? And next name is Ray in the chat. And here is Shivan. How are you? Thank you so much for joining the live. Have a great day. And here is next name is Tanvi in the chat. And here is Himanshi. Hello Himanshi. How are you? And next name is Jay in the chat. And here is Abdullah. How are you? Thank you so much. Next name is Maria in the chat. Thanks, Maria. Have a great, lovely day. Admar in the chat. Hello, Admar. How are you? And next who joined the live is Diksha in the chat. Thank you, Sadiq or Blue. How are you? Have a great day, have a great day. Tap on the screen, guys. You guys are not liking the live. Please like the live. Double tap on the screen. Alan in the chat. Hello, Alan. How are you? And here is Mary in the chat. Hello. And next name is John in the chat. Thank you, John. How are you? And who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Who's a Tanvi? Name is John. Ari's name is John. Whose name? I miss it. Hello. Come in the chat. Thank you so much. Okay, Tanvi. Here you go once again. Your name. And here is Champik in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is Amira in the chat. Hello, Amira. And next name is Alex in the chat. Hello, Alex. How are you? Thank you so much, Alex, for joining in the live. And next, whose name is Hero Lux in the chat. Hello, how are you? And next, who joined the live is, and whose name, I miss it. Kinza in the chat. Hello Kinza. How are you? And here is Paula in the chat. Okay, Orange, here you go. But I wrote your name. My name is John. And Sadiq for ruling is John. You're welcome, you're welcome. And next name is Rochelle in the chat. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. Hello, Emily in the chat. Hello, Emily. Next name who's here in the chat. Next name is Soha in the chat. And next name is Ariana. Ariano, thank you so much. Next name is Simba in the chat. Hello Simba, how are you? Next name is Love in the chat. Next name is we have Bincha in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you, Emily. How are you? And next name is Anna in the chat. Hello, Anna. And next name is Love Noor in the chat. And your next name is Hafsa in the chat. Hello, Hafsa. And I see Anvi in the chat. Thank you, Anvi. And here is Abdul Wahab in the chat. Thank you so much. And here is Amaya Diva in the chat. And next name is Sumaya in the chat. Hello, Sumaya. And here is Krishna in the chat. Hello, Krishna. How are you? And Lolo in the chat. Hello, how are you? Hello, Elu. Welcome back. How are you, Elu? Thank you so much for joining in the live. And here is Monisa in the chat. Hello, Monisa. How are you? Hit the 40 likes, everyone. Sivanch, thank you so much. Sivanch, have a great day. Winter, I wrote your name. Thank you so much. Next, who's here in the chat? Let me see. Shari in the chat. Hello, Shari. Thank you so much for joining the live. Mariaro. Saria, I think so. And Vera in the chat. Hello Vera, how are you? Next name is Hamza. Hello, how are you? Next, who's here in the chat? Drop your name. Next name is Ryan in the chat. Hello Ryan, how are you? Roju name is John, and here is Monique in the chat. Hello, how are you? Next name is Bismarani. How are you, Bismarani? And next name is Brian in the chat. Hello, how are you? Next name is Anaya in the chat. Hello, Anaya. How are you? And here is Taha in the chat. Hello, Taha. How are you? Rosita in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Have a great day. And hi, Jeff. How are you? Welcome back to the live. Thanks you for joining in the live. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you. Next who joined the live is Yajiria in the chat. Thank you. Otholia in the chat. Otholia and Leon in the chat. Nakshita, how are you, Nakshita? Hello, welcome to the live, Nakshita. And next name, who's there in the chat? Drop your name, drop your name. Thank you, Hamza, for your compliment. Thank you so much. And tap on the screen, everyone. Hit the 50 likes. Hit the 50 likes. Hello, Philly. How are you? And here is Huzaifa in the chat. Hello, Huzaifa. And here is Adam in the chat. Hello Adam, how are you? Welcome to the live. And here is Akshit in the chat. Hello Akshit, thank you so much. Okay, Miss Fong, here you go. Thank you so much. And read in the chat. Next name is Edward in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is Rahil in the chat. Hello, Rahil. Thank you so much. And next name is Tara in the chat. Hello, Tara. How are you? And here we have Fidan in the chat. Hello, Fidan. And Shifa in the chat. Hello, Shifa. And thank you so much. And here next name is Avia in the chat. Hello, Avia. How are you? And I see Shifa name is done. Avia name is done. Fidan name is done. Next name is Rata in the chat. Hello, how are you? Hi, Ibra, how are you? Hello, Ashira. Welcome to the live. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And next, I see Thala in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here, next name is Avaris in the chat. Hello, how are you? Next name is Alize in the chat. Hello, Alize. Hi, Mahi. How are you? Mahi Minister. Here is Juanca in the chat. Hello, how are you? Harjut in the chat. Hello, Harjut. Ankita. Hi, Ankita. How are you? Selena, thank you for joining in the live. And here is Kavya in the chat. Hello, Kavya. And thank you, Anna, for your love and support. Thank you so much. Have a great, lovely day to you. And here next name is Javia in the chat. Hello, Javia. How are you? Next name is Vian in the chat. Hello, Vian. Thank you so much. Welcome to the live. Have a great, lovely day. And here is Fatir in the chat. Hello, Fatir. Amy in the chat. Hello, Amy. And here is Jessie in the chat. Hello, how are you? Sanshit. Thank you, Sanshit, for joining in the live. And here is Gianna in the chat. Hello, how are you? Shazia, welcome to the live, Shazia. Have a great day. Aparna. And next name is Lily in the chat. Hello, Lily, how are you? Hi, teacher. Hello. Welcome to the live. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Have a great day. Hazan in the chat. Hello, Fatima in the chat. And I see Jory in the chat. Hello, Jory. How are you? Yahirani in the chat. Hello. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is Sana in the chat. And here is Adriali in the chat. Next name is Tom P in the chat. Thank you everyone. Thank you for in the chat. How are you? You welcome, you welcome, you welcome. And next name is Mocha in the chat. How are you? Thank you Nitu for subscribing. Have a great day. Thank you everyone, and I see Manan in the chat. Hello Manan, how are you? And here is Alifa in the chat. Hello, thank you so much for joining in the line. Maria, your name is done. Thank you for joining in the line. And next name, who's here, and I see Sayan in that. Hello, Sayan. And here is Prakriti in the chat. Hello, how are you? Aaron Musk in the chat. Thank you so much. And I see Nimra in the chat. Hello, Nimra. And here is Akshita in the chat. Akshita. Next name is Ada in the chat. Hello, Ada. And I see Syrup in the chat. Hello, Syrup. Okay, here's Adnan. Adnan in the chat. And here is Pallavi in the chat. And next name is Aditi in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Gojiri, how are you? Thank you for joining in the live. Have a great day. Hello, awesome. How are you? And here is Ansh in the chat. Hello, Ansh. How are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. Marin in the chat. Hello, Marin. And here is Otis in the chat. And next name is Araf. How are you, Araf? And next name is Pratik in the chat. Thank you, Pratik. And next I see here is Ritika in the chat. Hello, Ritika. And next name is Krishna in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And who's there in the chat? Wunhi in the chat. Hello, Wunhi. And Nidita in the chat. Hello, Nidita. And I see Chanchal in the chat. Thank you so much. Next name is Sana in the chat. Hello. And next name is Shankar in the chat. Hello, Shankar. How are you? Next name is Mawada in the chat. Hello, Mawada. And here is Chris in the chat. Next name is Baskin. How are you? And here is Zainab in the chat. Hello, Zainab. And here is Faikon in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in. Zakia in the chat. Hello, Zakia. How are you? Thank you so much, Zakia. And here is Hafiz in the chat. Hello, Hafiz. And next name is Rujifar in the chat. Thank you so much. And phones in the chat. Hello. Next name is Maisha in the chat. Hello, Maisha. And here is Huma in the chat. Hello, Huma. How are you? Okay, everyone. Tap on the screen, like the like. Hit the 70 likes, everyone. Hit the 70 likes. Hey, you do it in the chat. Next name is Garana. How are you? And I see Ruhi in the chat. Thank you, Ruhi, for joining the live. Thank you, Mayank. there? Who's there? Pizza in the chat. Hello, Pizza. How are you? Thank you so much. Here is Rabia in the chat. Hello, Rabia. How are you? Hey everyone, hit the 70 likes. Next name is Arya in the chat. Hello, Arya. And I see Manu in the chat. Hello, Manu. And next name is BTS in the chat. Okay, everyone, I'm taking last 5 names, then I will end the live. I'm taking last 5 names. Here is 5, 4, then come back, Cherry, 3, 2, and the last name is Ritika. Thank you, everyone. See you at okay, and the last name is Mukesh. And some other joined the live. Okay, Raisa joined the live. And here is Naveed joined the live. And Mary joined the live. Thank you, Mary. Virda joined the live. Thank you so much. And next, who joined the live is Ada joined the live. Hello, Ada. Emily joined the live. Thank you, everyone. Simbon Bus. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ayuni, for joining in the live. And Alif. Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you live at 5:30 p.m. GMT. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.